안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 데야입니다. 저 한국말 잘 못해요. 한국어를 배우고 있어요. I hope I said that right because honestly my Korean is not good. It's not good at all. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. Okay, so as the title states, I am going to Korea and I couldn't be more grateful. So this is not my first time going to Korea, however, it is my second time. It is my first time going with my boyfriend and I'm so excited. I'm going with my boyfriend and we're meeting up some friends over there, so it's gonna be an insane trip and I'm so excited. Like, I cannot contain my excitement anymore. So basically our trip is gonna consist of 1 week in Japan, and then from Japan we're going to Korea, and then from Korea we're staying there for like a week, and then we're going back to Japan and then back home. I honestly know nothing about Japan other than the animes that I watch, but that doesn't really say anything about Japan at all. The only thing that I do know I'm excited for in Japan is just to see the Gundam statue, see the Hachi statue, and eat a lot of delicious food. My boyfriend actually loves Japanese culture and he loves everything Japan. So I'm super excited that I'm gonna share that experience with him, and he's also taking the time to share the experience of me having a huge appreciation for Korean culture. Obviously it's gonna be a culture shock and obviously we're gonna have an amazing time. I'm just truly excited to be going back to Korea. The first time I went to Korea, it was a very, very short trip. There's so much that I really wanted to get done, but this time around is gonna be completely different. I'm going with a group of people that are just drama-free, easygoing, go with the flow. Like, it's just gonna be so much fun. The first time I went to Korea, I knew nothing about the language. Honestly, all I can say was like 안녕하세요 and like 감사합니다. That was about it, which did help a lot. However, I did end up getting lost a lot. I did end up having to ask for help. My biggest regret was just not being able to communicate properly with people. And I remember the first night in Korea, I did get lost trying to find my Airbnb, and I walked into a coffee shop, and of course it was like this old man, so sweet, but at the same time I was just so nervous to even communicate because I didn't want to offend anybody. Like, I didn't want to say something wrong and him feel bad, or like I don't know what it was that was going through my head, but I was just like, oh my god, like, please help me. I kid you not, guys, this guy was the sweetest old man ever, like to the point that number one, he makes me wait outside of the coffee shop because he explained to me that he thought that the smell, the aroma of the coffee was extremely strong for tourists or foreigners, and he didn't want that to affect me, which number one, I really appreciate, but two, I love coffee, so it didn't bother me at all. In fact, I probably had a headache that day and I felt so much better just walking into that coffee shop. This guy not only helps me find the place, but he takes the time to legit draw a map of where I was and like here and where I was going. Like, he drew the little CVS's, all the stops, and then where I needed to go. And honestly, like, I've never experienced someone going that far to helping me find somewhere to go, and it was just like this pure act of kindness that I will forever hold dear to my heart. I freaking kept this. Mind you, the first time I went to Korea was like 3 years ago, okay? And yeah, like, I keep small things like this. Why? Because it means so much to me. Also, I noticed that he had a bunch of like Korean stuff written under here, and I was like, huh, now that I'm learning Korean, maybe I should like read what he has over here. And my boyfriend was like, no man, it could be like some like personal like secret message or whatever. And I was like, you know what, you're right, but I am still keeping this because this was so incredibly special. It was the sweetest thing ever. But yeah, you guys, I've been wanting to learn Korean for a really long time. I really haven't dedicated the time to do so, and that is my fault completely. It's not that I haven't had the time, it's that honestly, I just haven't made the time. Last year I said that I really wanted to learn Korean, and I bought like books and stuff, and I said, okay, it's time to do it. But I decided this during the time that it was a holiday season, and holiday season, if you guys don't know, are extremely crazy and hectic and super stressful. And I chose to study at the worst time that I could possibly choose, and so it's 2020 and I am deciding to do this now. Now is the time. Why? Because I am going to Korea in a couple months and I need to know how to say anything other than 안녕하세요 and 감사합니다. So basically I'm just gonna be putting together kind of like short series of videos of where you guys can join me learning Korean, I guess. I don't know how this is gonna go about, but I do hope you guys enjoy this video because honestly, I'm enjoying making them because at the same time, it is a learning process for me that I'm actually learning and dedicating the time. And I feel like just by doing this, I'm really gonna be dedicated to learning a new language. So a little background about me. I love languages. I really do. And I wish nothing more than to be able to speak every single language in the world. Because I don't know, like to me, nothing is more beautiful than being able to communicate with people, especially in their mother tongue. So I know I've seen the struggle many times here, you know, where someone doesn't know English and they do their very best to try to communicate, and it's like, I don't know, like just the fact that people take the time to even learn a language that isn't native to them, or you know, just to be able to communicate and try and get somewhere or get something or whatever, like, man, I don't know, like it makes me feel some type of way. And I know like how appreciative people were when I was in Korea, and you know, just a little 안녕하세요, like they really appreciated that. And honestly, I just really wish that I could just say more than hello and goodbye. Do I know any other languages? Yes. English is not my first language. Spanish is. Aunque yo nací aquí, mis padres son de Nicaragua y el español fue mi primer lenguaje. Yo sé que tengo varios seguidores que hablan español, so esto es para ustedes. Hola! Ich habe Deutsch gelernt, wenn ich war 13 Jahre alt in der Schule, und ich habe es vergessen, weil nicht so viele Leute sprechen Deutsch hier. So, and of course, I want to learn Korean. I want to learn Korean so bad. So I've been using a couple different methods on learning. So the first thing that I do want to talk about is that I did end up getting Living Language. So this is actually pretty cheap on Amazon. It comes with a couple of series of books. It's kind of like a Rosetta Stone, which I also have. What I did notice that with Rosetta Stone, it doesn't really break things down for you. It kind of just throws you right into the language, and I don't learn that way. If you want to learn Korean, you really have to start with the basics, and I think Living Language is perfect because it does come with the essentials. It comes with a couple of different books. They separate it by like levels, and it also comes with this, which is the reading and writing. I absolutely love this because it really breaks down Hangul and pronunciation and how to like write everything. I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, I really enjoyed that it teaches you how to write Hangul. So the number one thing that you want to do before you even get started with learning the language is learn the alphabet and learn how to pronounce every letter. So if you guys are joining me in this new journey on learning a new language, definitely I might be a little ahead because I do know Hangul. So if you don't know Hangul, stop this video right now. No, just kidding. But yeah, just kind of like familiarize yourself with the alphabet before, and then yeah, then you're on your way to starting to speak some Korean. So aside from Living Language, like I said, I do have Rosetta Stone, and Rosetta Stone kind of just confused the shit out of me because honestly, it's not a bad tool if you already speak some Korean. But when I first opened Rosetta Stone, I knew nothing about Korean or Hangul or none of that. So it was very confusing, and I stopped immediately. However, I've been using another tool that has helped me even more. I feel like it's so much better. It's probably the best thing out there, and a lot of people are familiar with it. It's Talk to Me in Korean, and I've been using that. Alrighty guys, so before we get started, I'm gonna pretty much tell you guys what I have in front of me. I should really take these off because the reflection is like insane. Okay, I've got a couple of tools with me. I personally like using pencils. So I have a pencil. I have my notebook where I take notes and stiffs. I have very important snacks because I need snacks. Honestly, if you want me to pay attention and be anywhere at any given time, food. Food is the way to get me to stay focused and just, you know, as long as there's food, I'm there. So as long as I have food here, I know that I'm gonna be stuck here in this computer learning. So I also have my computer. I have some coffee, and this right here is probably by far my favorite way of drinking coffee. It's just iced black coffee, no sugar, a little bit of hazelnut creamer, and coconut whipped cream. And I just like mix it and mix it and mix it, and then it turns this color, and then yeah. Oh, you can totally see my background. I realized that you guys haven't seen like my room, and so yeah, this is like a little glimpse of it. Okay guys, so there is a lot of content that needs to be learned, and in Korean you have like the formal and informal way of saying things. I would rather learn like the polite way of saying things as opposed to taking the chances of offending anybody. So basically with this video, I'm pretty much gonna be using today as a like a recap of what I've learned so far. So the basics are pretty much hello, goodbye, thank you, see you, yes, no, what. I know my pronunciation is not good at all. However, if I am pronouncing something incorrectly, please let me know. I really genuinely want to learn. So, and it's so hard like teaching yourself a language. I remember teaching myself German, and it was really hard. And I only did it so that I can get into a magnet program school. And it was very difficult because the way I learn is by like, I need like conversation. I need to be talking to somebody who is native in that language to be able to understand how they properly pronounce things, how they say things, you know, like it's just easier for me. But doing it this way, it's a little harder, but it's kind of like exciting in a way because it's something that I'm not like entirely used to, so I don't know. So today we're gonna start with the very basics and yes and no's, right? Examples of yes and no. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna be learning more of the polite ways of saying things. So in Korean that would be 존댓말. But yeah guys, let's start with hello. 안녕하세요. What I love about 안녕하세요 is the same as hello and goodbye. The only thing is that with goodbye, you can be, there's like a way of saying it when someone is leaving the scene and a way of saying it when you're the one leaving the scene. So the two words are 안녕히 가세요 and 안녕히 계세요. So 안녕히 가세요 has the word ka in it, and I remember that that means like go. That's the only way I remember it. So if a person is going and you're wishing them well, you will say, and you're staying in the place, you will say 안녕히 가세요. That's the way I remember it. So I always say 안녕히 계세요 because I'm always leaving an establishment. So I know that I'm basically going to be using that every time when I'm over there. So the most common way of saying thank you is 감사합니다. Yes, which is 네. And I always found 네 a little complicated only because like sometimes I hear 네 and sometimes I hear 네. So I don't know exactly how to properly pronounce that, I guess. I don't know if it's like de or ne or I don't know. I guess it has to do with like the way you like move your tongue and stuff. But when I hear it, it's like
네.
ne, ne. So I guess it's more like the N sound, ne. And then you have no, which is 아니요. Then you have what, which is like the same thing as yes, but you have to like end it higher. Like the ending sound has to be a little higher, like you're asking a question, 네. And that would be like, what? Right? I think so. I know that there's like another way of saying what, but I guess I haven't learned that yet. I think it's like mo or something like that. But I'm not quite sure yet. So, next word. I'm sorry. 죄송합니다. 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 And then there's excuse me, which is 저기요. And I think I'm going to be using that a lot when I'm ordering food. I've used it before here when I go to this Korean restaurant with my boyfriend. Whenever you want to get like the waiter's attention, I'll be like 저기요. And then they'll come on over and just be super nice. that's probably the best way that I can possibly say that you can like study a language, is if you constantly practice it. And the most practice that I get here is when I go out to eat Korean food. I go to this place where, you know, they only speak Korean. I mean, they speak English too, but they speak Korean, and it's really nice to be able to get like some sort of practice there. And I think that's probably the best way for it to like stick, especially when they're also playing like Korean music in the background and you're kind of just like jamming along because you know the K-pop songs and stuff. But yeah, like I am constantly told there that my pronunciation is good, but I don't think so. The next word doing is, what is this? And that is 이거 뭐예요? Oh, so like what is it is 뭐예요, and what is this is 이거 뭐예요. So that's something else that I learned. Like this is like 이거, that my boyfriend makes fun of me because every time I say it, he laughs. So I know that I sound extremely monotone when I talk, but when I'm learning something, like I'm a total loser when it comes to learning. Like I'm the type of person that like switches my voices through like different characters, and like, because that's the only way I feel like that I will like retain information best. So I was learning how, you know, if you don't know how to say something or whatever, you could just point at it and be like 이거 주세요, which is like, please give me this. So my boyfriend makes fun of me because when I was learning this word, when I was learning 이거 주세요, I kept saying it in a very high-pitched voice. 이거 주세요, 이거 주세요, 이거 주세요. And it made him laugh every single time that I would say it. And it stuck, so yeah, I guess that's just my way of learning stuff. And then the last thing that we're gonna learn is 네, 맞아요, which is yes, that's right. So when you're in conversation with somebody and they're talking to you, and you know, they're just like talking, and you wanna pretty much like say like yes, I'm understanding what you're saying, like 네, 맞아요, 네, 맞아요. The one thing that I do find very interesting in Korean is like their yes and no. It's very interesting in the sense that it's almost like you have to agree or disagree with whatever the person is saying, you know? And that's the way that they do things. It's not like over here where sometimes we say yeah, but we actually mean no in a sentence, or like we'll be like no, like you actually mean yeah. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I know it was really random and probably extremely boring because I'm extremely monotone, and I understand that people can only take so much of that monotoneness. But anywho, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment, share, subscribe. Also, in my next video, I will be taking it a little more seriously and actually showing you guys what I'm actually learning and stuff like that. This video was pretty much kind of like an intro to what my future adventures in the bedroom will be. That sounded really weird. Anyway, that my future learning adventures, okay? We'll leave it at that. And also my future trip coming up that I'm so excited about. But yeah, I just really wanted to share that with you guys, and yeah. If you guys have any suggestions or anything like that and you want to comment them on the video below, do so. And yeah, I will see you guys on my next video. Annyeong!